again, my name is Megan. I doing the introductory video again for you. A little more about myself. I was born in Adrian, Michigan. I moved out to Trenton when I was about 2 years old. Stayed there. I believe we moved to Romulus when I was around 4, and I lived there until I was around 20, and then since then we've been out in the Monroe-Carlton area. I am the middle child. I have an older sister and a younger brother. My daughter and I live out in Carlton right now, just the two of us. I did have an older daughter who passed away at 9 days old, so just the two of us. Like I said, my youngest daughter now, I should say, and I. She is 10 years old, 5th grade. She's in band now, plays the trumpet, and she's also does soccer. Little history of my jobs. I started off as a cashier cook at A&W when I was 16, worked there for about 2 years, got into a few store positions, didn't care for retail at all, went into a nursing home, got certified as a CNA, did that for quite a few years, off and on, went back. I did do my basic EMT, wheelchair van as I got my basic EMT, I should say. Did basic EMT, went back, got my paramedic license. Goal was actually to be a fire medic, then decided I'd rather run out of the fires, not into the fires. My medic instructor tried to bribe me with the passing grade if I would go back and get my nursing license, so I went back and did that. Plus, riding on the ambulance when I was pregnant didn't work out so well, and ever since then I've had motion sickness, so not so good when you work on a truck. So with nursing, I started off in a telemetry step-down unit, did that for a few years, then went over to hospice. I absolutely loved hospice. It probably was one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. The only reason why I stopped doing that is I really hate driving. Most of the time you could get a job, I guess, at a in-house hospice, but I didn't really care for the in-house setting of them. I did like to have the one-on-one with the patients in the home versus a in-house hospice like Arbor Hospice and those kind. Right now I work as a rehab case manager. I started off as a floor nurse on a rehab unit. I've been there for about 4 years, but in May I got the position as a case manager. Pretty rewarding. We've had 18-year-olds who have come in, had strokes, or one was a meningitis case, come in with the same symptoms of strokes, couldn't walk, couldn't eat, couldn't talk, and by the time they leave out of there, they're eating on their own, they're walking, they have some little bit of weakness, but not nearly as much as they had when they first came in. To me, those are one of the most rewarding cases that you get, is when you have a patient who can't do for themselves and they come in and you get to see how well they've improved in making it home and their goal set for going home alone or going home with as minimal help as possible. A lot of my hobbies, I do cross-stitching, reading for fun, I do nail designs. I do those actually to help calm me down if I'm having a bad day. I have learned that that is actually very therapeutic for myself. Some people go to salons, get the airbrushing in. I whip out my toothpicks and paintbrushes and I'll paint little designs on my nails. I will also bake. I cook. I'm one of the people in potlucks that they always turn to ask to bring in something a little more detailed than just a bag of chips or some pop. My goals, for educational goals, I am debating about going back to school to get my nurse practitioner license. Not so sure if I want to do that. Kind of tired of schooling right now. Have 2 classes left after this one is complete. So I'm really not looking forward to another 2 years or 3 years of school, but at the same time, long term wise, it's probably better off. I have two physicians now that I work with who are offering me a job if I do get that license, so probably would pay off if I do it, but I haven't quite decided. It is a big commitment to go back to school for all of that. So, yeah, it's still in the works. I hope everyone has a great semester.